the website. Matt Hatfield here with you, Dino Franza as well, and we welcome in my normal cohort. He is known as the head basketball coach at Nansemond River in Suffolk. 757, sometimes 804. He might even dabble in the 703 and whatever Vegas's area code is. He'd love to go there right about now, and probably Hawaii too. He doesn't like the snow, but hey, there's no business like snow business. And we bring in the coach himself, Ed Young, here with us on ESPN Radio 94.1. How's your final Saturday of January 2021 treating you?
Good morning, Matthew. It is going smoothly, calmly. I'm in parts unknown, and I actually forget the zip code that I'm in.
No, I heard you were in Quantico.
I know one thing. There's no snow, and there will be no
Don't say it. No, don't say it.
I haven't given my annual forecast in a while. Now,
Every time you do this, it snows. Don't say that.
You don't have a basketball tournament coming up, do you?
Well, you go ahead and say it this year. I really don't care. There's no Virginia Preps Classic until hopefully next year. If you say it next year, I'm going to duct tape your mouth to like the floor or something.
Always seems like that snow just creeps into the forecast.
He said it last year. It almost affected his game. Of course, he probably wished it did because Western Albemarle had a little bit too much for him on that particular day. But
yeah,
I hate to bring up bad subjects.
Nice. Yeah, that would have been good if we would have had a blizzard that day. But I predict that the snow, in terms of amounts on the ground, are done for the 757 for
Blizzard's
the rest
coming.
of the season.
Blizzard's coming. Well, you know what? Just because of that, I'm going to get back at you. As Dino Franza brings us, we always like to have alternate question of the day polls. Today we got both of them, but we'll give you first the question of the day, and then we got a little sound after it. So Dino will read us that on 757 Sports Talk.
Okay, our question of the day. Do you think suits on the sideline for college basketball are now a thing of the past and coaches will now dress casually moving forward, even beyond the pandemic? It seems to be the style now.
It is the style. In fact, that was posed to one of our area college basketball coaches. Behold the green and gold. We're talking about Robert Jones, who's been a guest on this show before. Coach Jones weighed in on, and then we'll get Ed Young's reaction. Coach Jones, do you think suits on the sideline are a thing of the past, or is that just a this year thing? Here's what he said.
That's a good question. Actually, AD Melody Webb asked me about that in one of our talks, and I think that it's going to transcend to like not having suits on the sideline. And the reason why I say that because some of the coaches that are like the powerful players in this game kind of like not having suits on. Some of them always question why do we wear suits anyway. Like we're coaching a sport, and if I'm not mistaken, we're like the only sport that actually wears suits on the sideline, if I'm not mistaken. So I know like volleyball kind of does what they want to do a little bit. Some people dress up, some people don't, but it's like almost in basketball, everybody is like, if you're a man, you're wearing a suit. If you're a woman, you're wearing like a dress and heels and things like that. And I'm trying to figure out who made that rule up. Who made that up? So I think everybody's trying to figure that out at this point because everybody's kind of comfortable with your slacks on and your sneakers or your slacks and shoes or some people are wearing sweatpants. I haven't went to the sweatpants thing or whatever, but there's some teams that do that and things like that. I mean, everybody's real comfortable, and it cuts down on your dry cleaning bill a lot. I'll tell you that much. I'll tell you that a lot.
Well, as our friends at the Virginian Pilot wrote several months back, Dino, the things we miss in area sports during the pandemic, those charcoal grilled pretzels along the first baseline at Harbor Park, the Tiger Cage at Oscar Smith, Darnell Dozier's trapping defense, Hank Sawyer's veers, Sandra Sawyer's fast break offense, tea times at the Pure Silk Championship at Kings Mill, and Ed Young's snazzy suits. So, Ed, what do you think? You got more suits than anybody known to mankind. Are we going to do away with suits?
Well, wear what's comfortable. I'm comfortable in a suit.
Wow, I'm shocked you said that.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with people not wearing a suit. I mean, doesn't mean I'm getting rid of mine. I've got too doggone many. I got to wear them for something. I don't mind dressing up along the sideline, snazzing the sideline. You'll never catch me ever wearing sweatpants or sweatshirt or hat on backwards. Some of that crap that you see on the sideline, I think it demeans from the game. The main part of the game is the people playing, whether it be the pros, college, or high school. It's the people out there playing. That's the main part. It's not the coaches, what they're wearing or necessarily how their antics on the sideline. You got some coaches that need to wear a tracksuit because they run up and down the sideline 100 times in a game. Some people are very more reserved. They just sit and watch, let the players take over. Me personally, I've always wore a suit in the regular games, for the most part, not all the time. I wear what's comfortable, what the feel is, and I would encourage others to do that. Is it going to be a trend where you won't see suits anymore? Not sure. Somebody out there will still wear them on the college level. Of course, you don't really see the pros wear them much. So, yeah, I'm okay with what's comfortable for you. One thing you'll never see me wear is a skirt and heels.
Oh, well, yeah, that would be.
We're gonna leave that for the lady coaches.
Yeah, it's a bit. Well, Dino, if I'm hearing Ed right with what he said, sweatpants and a backwards hat. If I hear him right, I guess I'm not joining his coaching staff anytime soon.
No, because you're real casual today. You've got the sunglasses. Yep. You've got the Arizona Cardinals beanie cap. You've got sweatpants on and a hoodie. Yeah.
Well, I was going to keep it over my head, but I do have hair, even though Ed was one of the many that thought I didn't. So
I can interject, Dino. Somebody once said Matt Hatfield is a beautiful disaster.
Beautiful disaster.
Who said that? You?
That's not my quote. No. That is somebody else that the sources shall remain anonymous. They said a beautiful disaster. I had no comeback from it.
A beautiful disaster. It almost sounds like a piece of artwork.
Yeah, I think it's a song.
Hey, beautiful disaster. Yeah, great song title.
Mm.
I mean, one thing, and the other thing people asked me this past week is, how did Hatfield grow his hair back so fast? I said he used the Hatfield products.
A little dab will do you. You were duped, though, along with many people. Before we go to break here on 757 Saturday Sports Talk, we'll actually have Dino read us, and then we'll come back and react to it. The poll question, and dive into some other sports topics, including the poll, which you can also find and weigh in on. You can vote. It's the American way at 757 Saturday Sports Talk. And it's a little bit geared toward next week with the Super Bowl.
That's right. This year's Super Bowl Sunday matchup of Tampa Bay's Tom Brady and Kansas City's Patrick Mahomes features two players who both have been named NFL MVP and Super Bowl MVP before. Which quarterback battle in the Super Bowl is the best all time? And here are your choices. Brady versus Mahomes, which we'll see next Sunday. Staubach versus Bradshaw, going back to that great 70s matchup between Steelers and the Cowboys. Brett Favre against John Elway. And Joe Montana versus Dan Marino.
Can't go wrong with any of those, but we'll let that marinate, let you chew on that for a while there, and come on back. If you want to give us a holler, you can do so, too, at 757-687-9494. Hit us up on the Twitter page, too, at 757 Sports Talk. With Dino and the Coach Ed Young, I'm Matt Hatfield, and it's 757 Saturday Sports Talk, exclusively on your home for sports throughout Hampton Roads and the Commonwealth of Virginia. It's ESPN Radio 94.1.